If you watch Peter McKinnon, then chances are you've seen the video where he takes everyday objects and photographs them with a Phase 1 camera. Now, not only is this camera a 150 megapixel camera creating very high resolution photos, but the kit also costs $80,000.
How much does this whole kit cost?
$80,000.
So in today's video, we're going to take a look at how we can achieve very similar results using a slightly different technique, but more importantly, a normal costing camera and a macro lens. And make sure to stick around to the end where we really put this technique to the test by printing out these images large.
Holy shit.
Let's take a look at the setup. I have a diffuse light set up behind my camera, which is on a tripod facing down towards my subject. In this instance, my subject is a very rusted but vibrant weight that's perfect for this video. So I'm using a 100mm macro lens to take an extremely close-up photo of the object. After doing this, I move it to photograph another section, and I repeat this process until all of the subject has been in frame. And to ensure that my image is pin sharp, I use an aperture of f14, but I also use the zoom button on my camera to make sure that my manual focus is spot on. I'm purposely taking images of objects that are rusted like this key, or items that are textured like this Pokemon card, as a high megapixel image will reveal all of the detail with an insane resolution. Okay, so now that we've got all of our raw files, what we're going to want to do with these raw files is import them into Lightroom. We're just going to work on one particular image and we're going to make our edits. Okay, so I've done literally 10 seconds worth of editing, and if we take a look at the image here, this is the before and that's the after. We're going to copy everything we did to this image and apply it to every single image in this sequence. So now if we have a look at our exported images, we have all these really nice individual photos that are crisp and clear, but we don't have yet one final image. What you're going to want to do is go into Photoshop, go to File, Automate, and Photo Merge. And then all you have to do is click on the auto layout, and we're just going to select OK, and then Photoshop is going to take care of the rest. You can see it's loading in every single image here, and it's going to stack them together. So let's see how well it does. And there it is. There is one image made up of 13 different images, and look at the detail. And now we get to do that to all of the other subjects and objects that we photographed today. And naturally, another thing that I'm going to need to do is clean up the background around it. So we're going to want one big white square. So we're going to fix that up in post and get all of the images together. So with the weight image, this image in total came in at 8254 by 8447. That means it is a 69.72 megapixel image, which explains perfectly why we can see so much detail in this image. It's ridiculous how much detail there is. Moving on to the second photo that we took was the Omega watch. Now the detail on here is great. So overall, I'm very, very happy with this image. It's very sharp, so much detail again. So coming in with the resolution, this image is 5372 by 6970. That gives us a megapixel count of 37.44 megapixels. Nowhere near the original, but still very high. So moving on to the next image, this is actually the one that kind of impresses me the most. Now this image, it's quite vibrant, but what really gets me is the amount of detail that we can see when we zoom in. This is a very textured card, and because of the resolution and using the macro lens, you can see the strips of texture that are running through this card. It is absolutely crazy. Now, I don't want to claim that I've taken the highest resolution image of a Pokemon card in the world, but for this specific Pokemon card, I am definitely claiming that I've taken the highest resolution image of this particular card. So talking about resolution, this image came in at 6361 by 8619. That gives us a whopping 54 1.83 megapixels, which again explains the amount of detail that we can see in every single pixel of this image. It's incredible. So moving on to the next image, this is where our luck sort of took a turn. We've got a decapitated key. So Photoshop got very confused with the image. It managed to fix up these two images and pitch them together very, very nicely. But as we got towards the top of the key, it literally just decapitated it. I tried running it through the system like 3 times and it still gave me the exact same result every time. So I'm completely wiping this one off as a failure. But that's all right, because we're moving on to the last image now, which I don't particularly know. Is it a bottle? I don't know. Either way, what I do know is the amount of detail it gave us. Now, this is a very, very rusted object. And to be honest, when I was looking for items to find, I wanted rust, I wanted scratches, I wanted detail, and I got everything I wanted for with this image. I am super happy with how much detail we can see and how much of the rusting and the colors, it's incredible. So in terms of the resolution for this image, this came in at 4906 by 8659, which is a megapixel count of 42.48 megapixels. So putting all of these images together, if we were to take a look at the image that was the highest megapixel count out of everyone, it is our very, very vibrant friend over here, the weight. So I had to make a decision on which image I wanted to get printed. I think it's only fitting for this video that I go with the highest megapixel image. So I will be back in a few days' time when this arrives in the post. All right, so 6 days later, the print finally decided to show up. Now, I ordered a 40 by 30 print. I didn't know how big that was, but considering what showed up, it's big, it's big. So I've not actually yet unraveled it. I've not seen what the image looks like. I wanted to do it on camera, so let's just go ahead and unravel it now, I guess. Holy sh**. Oh! So I guess I'm going to have to go out and buy a frame or something now, because I can't just leave that laying on the table. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, because I've got plenty more videos coming out. And in the meantime, click on another video to watch. But again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in next week's video.